Ladies and gentlemen of Ballet International, today we have a very important person, and she is the main figure of ballet in India. And her name is Mrs. Pratyusha, Mrs. Pratyusha, and she is the artistic director of the SAMYAN SHONAYA Academy, Ballet Academy, in Ahmedabad city in
Yes.
India. And so I'm very happy to make such an interview and with an important person of India. Good morning, Mrs.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm so pleased to have you online today.
Yeah, even it's my privilege to have a conversation with you and an interview with you. And I have greetings from India to all of you there, and wish to meet you in person sometime, soon
My
sometime.
greetings as well. I
Yes.
exchange the greetings. Uh, Mrs. Pratyusha, now you are artistic director.
Yes.
And when you started learning ballet, at what age did you start?
Actually, I am a director to the company,
Yes,
not the artistic director.
yes,
So, from my childhood, I wanted to learn ballet. I'd seen a movie from Russia that was Koma, and I was very much influenced. And Miss Anna Palova, she'd come to India long back when my grandmother saw her show. So my grandmother wanted me to do ballet, and that time in those days, it was impossible to learn ballet in India. There were no people who were training ballet in India. So I grew up having always dream of learning ballet. But when I had my kids, so my daughter wanted to do ballet, and that is how I started searching ballet in India. So there
yes.
are hardly people who were doing ballet in India, and I
Yes,
thought, why not set up a institute where we can have people from abroad to come to India teach ballet, and that is how I wanted to do.
yes,
So that is how I started my journey.
yes,
And when many mothers used to talk to me, even they wanted somebody to teach ballet to their kids. So suddenly there is a change in India. They wanted to learn Indian classical also, but at the same time they wanted to try new dance forms. So this is how set up my institute in 2018.
mhm,
And 2018 I started doing this. So when we were taking admissions, there
yes,
were all girls, there were no boy kids. So
yes,
slowly I started getting the challenges that I have to face in ballet to set up ballet here. But
yes,
it has been smooth journey. There were few admissions of boys also, and my son started doing ballet, he started enjoying ballet.
yes,
And that is how we started with the KG batch. That is a very starting beginners batch. And
yes.
slowly we have kids now who are in intermediate batch.
Good.
And we're doing it offline before COVID, but after COVID it was little risky with kids.
Yes,
And so we started on online classes, because two tier cities, three tier cities, it is very difficult for people to reach, and there are two good dancers who need all this attention and good training.
yes,
And that is how I got connected to you, and that is how I got connected to other ballet teachers, ballet artists.
yes,
Online is a very good platform.
yes,
So that is how we started engaging ourselves. Then I became a CID member, that is International Dance Council's member. And I attended the Paris meeting also,
yes,
General Assembly. That was fantabulous assembly. There were less of people this time because of travel restrictions after COVID,
yes,
but it was an amazing experience altogether, meeting so many people of other cultures and castes, seeing all the dance forms. And obviously I met many people who were interested in ballet.
yes,
So this has been a very strong communication where our Indian students and teachers are getting platform on an international level. So
yes,
we have authority of certification also, which holds a international value.
yes,
And working with UNESCO and fantabulous people like you and other all artists all over the world. So it was a very enthusiastic and very privileged platform.
Yes.
When I started this journey, so I started it for not earning, but I started it as a culture that should be added in India. What I felt,
Yes.
because India is always, it's a diverse country which is always taken in cultures from outside, and it has made the cultures within the things. And this is a what I saw was that ballet is a very good platform where you will learn balancing your physical, mental, and emotional life also.
Yes.
During these 3 years, my observation has been very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, ballet is like God. Ballet teachers are the priest, and ballet students are like angels, and the ballet school is the temple. So I feel really strong devotional feeling for ballet,
Yes.
and I respect all the ballet artists and teachers all over the world. And I really want that Indians should have the ability to reach out them, learn something from them, bring good ballet here, and promote ballet in India.
Yes. Well, I agree with you because, ballet, if ballet is properly done and you feel each movement that you are doing in ballet and performing in ballet on stage, it becomes like a prayer
Yeah,
that you do and you present to God. So,
yeah,
because you express your real part, your real side of the soul, of really what you are. There are no fake words
yeah,
because you are what you are on stage. So,
yeah,
and becomes a player because it makes work either the soul, the mental,
yeah,
and the physical part. So, with the technique, of course. So, all put together, it becomes like a player.
yeah,
And you feel completely different when you dance properly.
yeah,
So when you finish the performance on stage and you feel that you have been doing this prayer correctly, this
yeah,
dance correctly, then you get out very satisfied and full of joy.
yes,
And but not many people understand that because it's a little bit like yoga. It's a little bit of a like concentration in the mind.
yeah,
But you have to feel that inside. But the audience maybe will capture only what they look, but they will not capture what you feel as a performer.
as a performer.
You see?
It seems effortless.
Yes. So just wanted to point it out to the audience who is following your interview today, a very interesting thing that you mentioned the CID, which is in French, le Conseil International de la Danse, the International Dance Council, which the headquarters are in Paris, in Athens, and St. Petersburg. And I am also making part of the CID. And you probably know very well Professor Alkis Raftis, Mrs. Adamantia Reli, Mrs. Lambrini Raiku, and many others, and also
Yes,
Mrs. Ailita Lita Kondratova from St. Petersburg.
yeah,
Those people
yes,
I have named, they are doing a lot, but a lot in the world of ballet. And they are encouraging young people and also people who are great artists
yes,
who want to join. So I'm very happy that you have mentioned the CID today. So Mrs. Pratyusha,
yeah.
what were the difficulties that you have encountered when you first started your academy? Was it with the audience or with the students more? With
It was,
the parents, or were they understanding the idea, or were a little bit, far away from the idea to understand the concept of the beauty of ballet and the technique of ballet?
so yes, ballet is a very slow process. It is not a process that you'll find a turnout in a day. You need to practice it every day and slow. It's a very slow process. like it's not easy like other dance, like you come like for Bollywood dance and you just do it and go, or it's just not like a other contemporary move that you can just do and you're like on the stage. Ballet needs a lot of practice. It's a story, and it starts with, because it's a royal art form, so obviously it is very attractive for the girl child.
Yes.
Many of the girl students, because it's princess, it's like prince and it's like stories, so they look really damn cute, and it was very easy for the girls to and it for the parent of girls to convince for doing ballet. And seeing nowadays cartoons, Peppa Pig and Cinderellas with Barbie dolls, it's ballet is like quite known in India now.
Yeah.
But yes, for boys it was very difficult, and still date it is very very difficult to find boys in ballet.
Yes.
So we have been trying to get more boys on board. And
Yes.
what reason I gave to parents was, there's no movie, there's no song without a male and a female in it.
Yes.
You can't have a romantic song without a male in it. There are very few songs it can be a solo performance, but
Yes.
not every time. And in all dance form, boys are there, and it's very easy for a boy also to dance ballet.
Yes.
So there was a big myth about ballet in India, that people who are boys who are dancing ballet, they are either transgenders or they are gays. So I broke that mindset of Indian people. It's not like that. All the heroes, all the heroines, and all the stars, movie stars, they dance, but they are not gays or they are not transgenders.
Yes.
So that's a big myth. And then you spoil, the second myth was that you spoil your bones of feet, and you spoil your feet. So even that myth we broke, that
Yes.
any dance form performed in a proper guidance with a proper professional trainer,
Exactly.
we will never harm ourselves, and we'll not let harm the kids. We have proper flooring, what is needed. We
Yes.
have proper area and space. We keep less of students in the class, so
Yes.
that they don't while doing the exercises they don't hurt each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep those many students in the class which a teacher can manage,
Yes.
so ballet trainer can manage. So yes, we've come, it took us 3 years to clear these all myths. And now it's started to stabilize slowly slowly. It's taking its baby steps towards point shoes, and coming on dancing on point shoes. So yes, and they started the students who have learned, and already the students who were there, who've learned, come out from abroad, who've learned from abroad and coming back, they started having their this salary and living they can take out of this ballet. So slowly slowly we are having theaters, auditoriums, shows. We are doing social as well as business events also,
Mm.
to earn and raise and to spread the awareness of ballet. That is how we're working. So like we had a lot of problem having first ballet shoes, point shoes, ballet tutus,
Yes.
and it was very difficult to get ballet like board mats
Yes.
and a lot of stuff what is needed, especially those nice outfits and all.
Yes.
So slowly slowly we started customizing them. We were sourcing them from other countries, and it started on Amazon also. There is a dance bible
Yes.
app, and that you can just like, there's a people who made this thing, so you get ballet clothes.
Yes.
Now it is very good. We get clothes in particular shops also, so it's become easy. And in India, people had problems like when you're wearing a ballet tutu and with a tights. So
Yes.
we added, according to the changes, we added a small skirt to that,
Good.
when people are comfortable. And slowly slowly when girls are growing up, when they have the ability where they can perform it in the right uh, uniform, so yes, now they take their own choice to wear the uniform correctly and perform.
That is very good.
Yeah.
All of the costumes for class and for the performance, do you buy them outside India, or you think maybe one day you could create a factory, something similar of Europe, instead of buying the ballet shoes from Europe, you create them and you fabricate them in India, which would be also a good market for commercial
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. So basically, I'm a designer also. My education is into designing, and
Yes,
I was always fascinated with design. And I believe that design is not restricted to garment, it can be anything. It can be a process of designing life and changing the life.
yes,
So yes, I have. We bought from outside also,
yes,
and we are now trying to make it here also. And
good,
we make ballet dress for performances and no regular class uniform also.
good, good.
Shoes is little difficult right now, but surely we are sourcing it from outside, like from Dubai, from Paris, and from other places,
Mm,
from London. But soon we'll have our own production also, and we want to really get ballet as a, a regular Indian activity, like it's a in a lifestyle of Indians. So yes, we'll surely try to make a factory,
yes,
because making ballet product in India is cheaper than getting it from outside.
good.
The currency charges are also comparatively lesser in India, so the overall product can be turned out very good way in India. The labor is also there,
Yes,
and it'll give occupation to many. So it is in a good it's in a very good way.
yes.
So slowly, my idea is to set up a team for looking up to the complete ballet shop. Like you can get all the things required in ballet.
Mm.
So yes,
It is a very good initiative that you are having now. Is your ballet academy set in Ahmedabad or in New Delhi?
uh, I started my journey from Indore. It is a very important city in India. So 2018, I started my classes there, and then after COVID, I set up my main head office in Ahmedabad, Gujarat,
Yes,
where our Prime Minister belongs to.
yes,
And the government is also very supportive. The government will be supporting us for many things.
yes,
So yes, made my head office here. My plan is to go to each city in India.
good.
Yeah, so open centers, have franchisees, but in a very personal way. The
Yes,
people who are very dedicated, the students who will be learning with us, they can have their setup in the city which they are there.
yes.
So I really want to promote this. So,
Mm,
and I don't want to make it commercial.
yes.
So yes,
In India, it's a very fertile country for developing the talent in ballet because there is a
yeah,
lot of talent. I
yeah.
have seen, maybe you heard about the Imperial Fernando Aguilera
Yes. So I
talent.
started my journey with him only.
Yes,
So when I started my journey, he's a very beautiful person, a very beautiful soul inside, outside. I
yes,
truly adore him, respect him. So
yes,
he helped me, took my baby steps to create a ballet academy. Yes, and he's a very good friend of mine, and I really appreciate what he's doing.
yes,
He's given his life and dedicated. So the Kamal Singh is the biggest example of what he is a teacher.
yes,
For
yes.
me,
I have seen two of his mm, students,
students.
Love Kotia and
Yeah,
Singh,
yeah,
now in
yeah,
working in England, and
yes,
they have a wonderful
yeah,
technique, and the maestro Fernando Aguilera is one of the best that you have in India.
yes.
It's a
And he is the only, I think he's the only teacher who is has dedicated his life for India. Yeah, he's
I
a
think there
truly
will
our
be I
inspiration.
think there will be many others who will follow,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I'm sure that
That's why I'm here open, and I have a platform where I want to invite teachers. They can have, if they want to, come here and be an artistic director for my company. I'm open for that. And even teachers, principal teachers, because during Russia and Ukraine and other things, people forget the fights, they divide you, but any cultural activities, and especially like ballet, they join people.
yes,
I've always seen and I've always felt. So I want a good platform here for all the dance forms, that people can travel here. They want to have workshops, they want to have seminars, they want to have yearly courses. So we are open to host them, and I'll be more than glad. I'll be happy, very happy to host.
good.
Yeah.
So how do you organize yourself when you must hire, you must get a teacher from Europe? Do you give them the possibility to work for the short contract period, or do you give them, for instance, 1 year contract and they have to teach for 1 year, or just for a few weeks? How do you get, this
So
type of contact with
yeah,
foreign students?
every artist and every ballet artist, they have their own schedules, so we are free to work as per their schedules. If somebody wants to have a summer intensive course, come here, do the summer intensive course and go back, so we are happy with that also. Somebody is ready to take online, so we are happy with those online sessions also. We Somebody is ready to work for with us for a longer period, and every year we can renew the contract, we are happy with that possibility also. And frankly, with the relationships as we built, when people know us, then once they join us, they stay with us for a longer period, like
Good.
it's developing a friendship. And I've always seen in a ballet group
Yes,
that people are very much, they are very much I said they are very heart touching people. They're
yes,
very soft. An artist is never harsh. They're
no,
very loving people. They are very energetic people. So, seeing the energy and zest of life in them, we, kind of evolve with them so much that we become one. It's
yes.
not, the other teachers then.
It's
Then it's counted as
it becomes like a family, a big
it
family.
becomes a family. It
Yes,
becomes a close knitted family.
yes. And how many teachers does your ballet academy have now?
I'm doing online right now. So I have 5, 6 teachers with me right now,
Yes,
and they are living in different cities. And from here, we do on meeting Zoom line or
yes,
Google Classroom, and that is how we are taking classes. But
yes,
surely, I want to start with the offline sessions. So I'm just waiting for this month to go, as rains will be here. So there's a lot of holidays right now when people are traveling here and there,
yes,
and they miss class.
yes,
So this is the holiday time, and I want to start from August. So
yes,
August we'll have offline classes,
yes.
and in Ahmedabad, Indore, we'll start 2 centers,
Good.
and then we will go for Bombay, Delhi, and all.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And how many performances do you, as a ballet academy, do you present to the audience per year?
Yeah. So with kindergarten students, we do 2 sessions. That is in mid session and annual sessions.
Yes,
And during their exams, also we take a performance for them
yes,
that parents can see what they've been learning.
yes.
For the elder students, we give 4 performances to 5 performances.
Good.
And now, because it was COVID, so we were not enrolling in competitions, but now we'll open the doors for the students for other competitions. I want students to travel with me to the meetings of CID and other parts of the world when if somebody is inviting us. So we
Yeah,
would like to go for a youth exchange programs also.
good.
And we want students to not only learn ballet but experience the life of a ballet artist,
Yes,
because that will give a big boost to them. And we would like to held a lot of online meetings and for students, where you can address a student. So it is a lot of learning for them,
yes,
because nowadays the internet and the technology has come up so good way that it is as if we are sitting side by side and we can talk. So
yes,
yes, I would like to give them a lot of exposure while they can interact with other ballet artists
yes,
and feel all the strength and energy what is required for the ballet.
yes.
And at the same time, they should learn and know the journey of people.
Good.
They should know how a ballet artist has lived their life, which can be celebrated.
Good. And beside ballet, do you also give the possibility to the students to learn a little bit of history of ballet, history of music, some other discipline like contemporary dance, modern dance, and other discipline in order that they get a full package
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
technique.
So, yes. So when I started ballet, so it took me a few months to understand the process of ballet.
Yes,
So my understanding with ballet was that they are performing, learning ballet. At the same time, they want have to learn a little bit of gymnastics, that is musical gymnastic or gymnastics. So we are teaching them that. Then history obviously is very important. So we are doing the academics also
Yes,
with history of ballet, not only ballet, but the all ballet artists, and going into deep of their lifestyle,
exactly.
their sacrifices, their way of living, their achievements. So
Yes,
it is a very good, mindset and milestones for kids to, follow their idols. We are working on people who are performing ballet nowadays, because the situation then and today is very different.
yes,
So the kids of nowadays can connect to the artists who are in this era, and it's more easy to approach the artists. So obviously we are studying the latest artist also.
mm,
We are working on personality building plus hygiene. We
yeah,
are working on your overall makeup, hairdos, and all this good topics regarding to your personal development.
yes,
We are working on little bit of other music and keyboards and notes, and the relation between dance and music.
yes,
This we are trying to do. And we are working on, like in interaction with other people. So
mm,
the language they are learning, because see, India speaks Hindi and English.
yes,
And if we are talking to Russians, then we should understand a little bit of Russian. If you're talking to, because ballet is planned in French and more of Italy side. So
right,
yes, they're learning French also.
mm,
They're learning a little bit of other languages also, because when they go outside, they'll do perform. So it should not be like you're not connected. So
yes,
yes, we are learning the different languages also.
mm,
Even at this stage, I am trying to learn Russian and I'm trying to learn French, so that I can converse
yeah,
with people and artists, because everybody is not comfortable with English.
yes,
So we are trying to learn language.
yes,
And yes, the most important, we are working on the diet.
yes. Well,
Yeah,
but
because
I agree with you because all the, for instance, all the terminology of the steps in ballet technique are in French, you know,
yes,
rond de jambe, à terre,
yeah,
entendu, and all everything. So
yes,
it is good also that they get a good knowledge of the French language for the terminology, because if one day they become professional dancers or they become teachers, they have to pronounce and to know what is battement tendu, what is rond de jambe, what is
yes,
entrelacé, and everything. So
yes,
it is very important, even though English remains an international language for everyone,
yes,
because it's the
yes.
only language today that we can communicate
Communicate.
English in different countries, in many countries. Uh, have you ever brought great artists from Europe in your ballet academy?
Uh, Till now, no, because during the COVID, the borders were closed for us.
Yes,
I had tried to invite many of my friends, and when I attended this Paris meeting, so yes, I had a good talk with Mr. Rafiki, our president, and he said slowly he'll support me and he'll connect me to the people who are in ballet.
yes,
And Lambegini also, Miss Lambegini also was helping me a lot.
yes,
And slowly, yes. So we'll start the routine from August. Meanwhile, I'm just planning. And yes, I would love to invite people to India, and everything can be arranged accordingly. And it is not a problem. But yes, we are looking for teachers who can come down to India, who want to work in India,
yes.
because the climate is very good than other countries.
But is it very humid in Ahmedabad, or is it warm and dry?
It is a little bit humid in summers.
Yes,
Winters are very good, but it is pleasant also.
yes,
And India is a huge country, so you have a variety of weathers in four corners, like. But still, it is a very beautiful country. It's
yes,
rich in food and its own culture, and diverse country. So yes, it's like comfortable here,
yes.
and it's beautiful.
Yes,
So it's a nice place.
good, good. I'm happy to hear all this. And when a teacher comes to work in your academy, what are your plans? I mean, do you give them a short contract that they have to sign? And what type of facilities do they have? I mean, do they have
See,
Do they have to pay for their own apartment or
No, no, no.
or
We will host them completely. We
yes,
will host them completely. Yes, obviously for their art for teaching people, we will be offering them what they would like to have, and completely the food, shelter, and everything is on us.
yes,
And because I am here not to do it commercially, but I'm here to promote ballet. For me, ballet is something like in my heart,
yes,
and when kids perform, seeing them, it just gives me the energy.
yes,
So yes, whatever the commercials will be, it'll be on the basis of contract and commercials.
yes,
And obviously a teacher who artists ballet artists are very, they know what they want to do.
yes,
So if they're training, so obviously if they're training, so we are here to host them. We are
yes,
here to give them comfort, because somebody is coming from their homeland to teach us.
yes,
So obviously we don't have any, like we can work on the way of they want.
yes.
Yeah,
And
they're very comfortable.
how do you are a director, how do you judge the competence of reliability of a ballet teacher? Because there are two ways. One, you receive the curriculum vitae and you read the curriculum vitae. And the second, maybe it's nice if you have a talk, a preliminary talk on Zoom, in order that you
Yeah,
see what type of person you have in front of you as a teacher.
yeah,
So there are two ways. One, the curriculum, and the other, the Zoom link. So between the two, you can decide and you make a
yeah,
final choice. You say, okay, that teacher is nice, but I prefer that other one. You see, so
yeah,
this is my idea, my personal idea, but I don't know
yeah.
if you are applying also
So
this.
we are doing both the ways. First, we
Yeah,
see the resume also, like how much the teacher has done, achieved, and where all the teacher has worked.
yeah,
But yes, definitely we talk to the teacher, and we invite them to first see you. A paper written or a interview cannot decide the future, for me, what I think.
yes,
So
yes,
you are most welcome here. You take classes with students, how students are adjusting with you, how the teacher is adjusting, and then if you feel like that, okay, you want to continue with us, then you're most welcome to do that. So you can come for a short period also, have a look at the institute, have a look at students, how they're doing it. You can have 2 3 sessions with them, or you want 7 sessions, 8 sessions, whatever. You
no,
can take a small, few days to adjust in the environment, that if you're liking this or not.
just
Because
to become familiar one with the other.
yeah, yeah. Because see, if you have to work here, you will come to the space, you'll see the space where you are happy with the space, you're happy with your, the way where you'll be living your home, everything. If you're comfortable and you want to go ahead, you can go ahead.
Yes,
So, and it'll be good on your part also to know how I am or what are my principle of working. And when you're comfortable, then you can commit me and I can commit you that ways. If
yes,
we, if the artistic director and the director of the company, they are, like bonded nicely, then it's a growth of students. And ultimately, any ballet artist, what I still date, what I've seen in movies or I have myself experienced,
yes,
ballet teacher always works for the student. It might be little rude, it might be little harsh, but that all is the good for the student. Like
yes,
we can take example of Fernando sir only. Fernando sir see the student before the world is seeing the student.
yes,
I've seen him very closely. Like you all also must be seeing the student, the student move, how you can give him better turnouts. So a teacher can pick out, the lot, one student from the lot, or two students, or the students who are good. So you can take out the students. So that is the ability where I find
yes,
that that's the teacher.
yes,
Because who can teach, who can give love, and at the same time can be strict for the students' betterment.
yes, because
So
it becomes a good discipline for the students to follow. And how do you react when you see that sometimes students have great difficulties either in the technique or, because when you have a ballet student, a teenager, it's
yeah,
the moment where they develop, they change. They are not children, but they become adult.
yeah,
So it may happen that a teenager may have a health problem, headache, problem with
Yeah.
doing ballet technique and everything during class, a pain in the knee, pain in the back, and sometimes this becomes an obstacle to proceed in the study of ballet. So how do you react when you see that kind of problem?
So frankly speaking, see nowadays, not only India but teenagers are lacking everywhere.
Yes,
We don't have continuous students all around the year. They're joining, leaving
yes,
the classes. It's like hop and off bus.
yes,
So personally, what I feel is that parents and the awareness is supposed to be, moved around. A
yes,
word of mouth, more of interactions, more of shows are needed, because nowadays, it's very easy diversion towards drugs and other activities. The attraction towards the
mm,
the age group and all.
yes,
Many distractions are there.
yes,
But personally, if parents are working on that, if the good communities are working with them,
yes,
schools we are touching, if we are working with them, so despite of these issues,
yes,
still there are few students who will continue, and seeing them, the others will follow,
yes.
because nothing is like forever. Nothing is stable. So if we want a good healthy regime, so obviously the parents and the teachers and all the community has to work towards to build a good generation, future generation.
Does
So
your
we are working.
Does your academy have some people working in the medical field as
Yeah, we do
doctors?
have.
Yes,
Yeah, we have a good set of doctors. We
yes,
have good set of gynecologists. We
yes,
have a good set of good grooming and character building strong personality teachers here also. We have a dietitian on the panel, and there are many people, makeup artists, who are helping me to teach kids from the KG batch only how to do their own
yes,
makeup and hair. So yes, we have a very good team, and people are here very helpful and supportive. So it is right now the face is me, yes, but I have a backup team who's teaching language also.
yes.
So because there has to be links and contacts. So obviously then only a thing can. And
And
I'm a international Lions member also, Lions Club International.
yes,
So it's again a body of United Nations,
yes,
and I'm a charter president for my club in Ahmedabad.
yes.
So our club motto is also to groom children of teenagers and children, how we can get them better activities so that they stay away from all the negativities in life.
Good.
So we are working on that also.
As you see, ladies and gentlemen, online today we have a very important person. I'm very pleased to hear all this.
Sir, my pleasure to talk to you and know from you. I would like to know your journey also, sir. Can you just brief my friends and my other family
Yes,
members,
I will.
students,
I will
and
just, I had in mind two questions. Do you
yeah.
make examination to your students every year, one examination, or you make two? I mean, one
So we make
and one for the end of the year?
Yeah, so we make every 3 months one examination, and around last of the year is the annual examination.
Yes.
So parents can view the
The result.
whatever the exercise the teacher is asking to do. Even I'm there on the meeting, so
Yes.
even I see that exercises. I give marks for the overall what they're doing. The
Yes.
teacher writes the note for their behavior in the class and other things. We have a proper report card,
Yes.
progress card for that. We are taking body measurements and measurements also. What are the changes in the child? We are monitoring that also.
Yes.
We are seeing their mental health also, and what they are, they've started learning, and what is the advanced form they are getting into.
Yes.
And yes, we take the feedback from the parents also.
Yes.
And we have one guest always during our examination who will be giving the final grades also to the students. And we
And
mix this and make a chart.
do you give the possibility to the parents to watch their children during class, working in class?
No, we don't allow that. Only first day of admission, the parent can see the class for a few minutes, because
Okay.
it's a distraction for kids. And then it's such a huge country, and everybody has their mindset. It just disturbs the class. Right now, they're having 45 minutes to 1 hour class. So I don't want the teacher and the student should be disturbed. So even I am there, but I'm like quiet in the class, or I'm watching the class, then I'm just muted. If necessary, very necessary, then only I speak, otherwise I don't. If something is to be translated, or the child is not doing it properly and the parent is need to be informed something, then only I unmute myself.
Yes.
And if we are having a physical class, then also I make sure that nobody is disturbing the class, but I'm there in the class to monitor
Yes.
that kids are listening to the teacher and
Yes.
everything is in control.
So now I have been doing many questions to you. Now
Yeah.
you do questions to me in order that
Yes.
people know both
Both the
sides.
stories.
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, sir, I would definitely like to hear your ballet journey. How did you, because you are a man, and how did, being a boy, how did you enter your journey? What made you enter ballet? What was your journey? I would really love to know.
So I started the ballet at the age of 11, and it was not me that I have chosen ballet, because I was completely alien to what was the culture of a ballet. But when I was a child, I had a surgery about the hernia. And unfortunately, the doctors at that time, they said that I didn't have to walk. I had to stay in bed for nearly a month, because it was quite serious hernia. So staying in bed after the surgery for 1 month, when finally they decided that I could get out from bed, I couldn't even move my leg. It was completely paralyzed. So my mother was desperate, and my mother was a ballet teacher and a gymnastic teacher. So she said to the doctor, look, what can we do? Because I'm really worried about this child. And when I made the surgery, I was 4 years old. So the doctor said the only thing that he can do, to swim in a swimming pool.
Yes, swimming pool.
But my father was working as a French diplomat in Alexandria, Egypt, and I was born there while he was working there. And my mother was a teacher at the Italian school because she was Italian.
Yes. Yeah.
And my mother said, okay, we cannot afford to, because my parents didn't have enough money to bring the child every day to the swimming pool. So the only thing that I may do is bring the child in summer, some vacation, to go to the sea and swim in the sea, but it's not the same thing. But meanwhile, he can do gymnastic. And this is how I started. I started doing gymnastic with my mother. So from the age of 5, 6, I started doing gymnastic, but it wasn't done in a serious way.
Yeah, it was.
My mother was letting me do all the mistakes I wanted to do during class. She wasn't correcting too much. She was giving, little things, but without music. And I was following her in the movements, and just to keep the turn out of the foot, and I could rehabilitate my leg. And this is what happened. Then at the age of 11, I started. My mother said to me, you will start doing gymnastic, the real study of gymnastic, postural gym and gymnastic. And then, if you want, you will do ballet. When I was doing gymnastic, it was okay. But when I was doing ballet, it wasn't okay, because I didn't like it. So I said to my mother, look, I'm not feeling to keep going learning ballet. I'm not fit for that. For the gymnastic, it's fine, because it was very fun, the movements, and it was completely different from ballet. But then one day we had in Alexandria, Egypt, the opera house, we had the Bolshoi, who came to give a beautiful performance. And after I have been watching this performance, meanwhile, my mother bought me a book, ballet book, a very old ballet book. The pages and the photographs
Yeah.
were all yellow, you know.
Yeah. I can understand.
Yes, and there were beautiful photos about Yuri Grigorovich and about mm, Galina Ulanova and Maya Plisetskaya when she was young, and you know
Yeah.
all the great artists that we see today.
Great artist. Yeah.
And but at that time I was 11. I didn't know who was Yuri Grigorovich, who was
Yeah.
that, who was that. They used so was just looking, and everything was written in English, but I didn't speak English at that time. So my mother said, "Okay, you looked at this book," and after the performance, the Russian ballet, I opened the book and I recognized some people that were on stage. And I
Yes.
said, wow, that is nice, that is interesting. And there is one picture of Yuri Grigorovich. At that time, he was, I think, the choreographer, and then he became artistic director of the Bolshoi.
Yeah.
And when I saw him on stage with the ballet company, and the way he was talking to the dancers, and
Yeah.
the way he went on stage to receive the applause,
Yeah.
in my head, I said, I don't want to become like the dancers. I want to become like Golovich. That was
Yeah.
a great fantasy thing. But and then my mother said, no, you cannot become like a Yuri Grigorovich. You have to start from ballet. So this is how I started doing ballet. I
Yeah.
must tell you that I made 9 years with my mother. Then we moved to Milan, and then I was student for the short period at the Scala, or the ballet school
Okay.
of the Scala, and in the
Yeah.
same time I was going into 3 other ballet schools. And my mother
Okay.
was teaching gymnastics at the Propatria of Milan.
Okay.
Was belonging to the Italian Centro CONI, Centro Olimpico Nazionale Italiano. And then after 2 years, we moved to South Africa. And then at that time in South Africa, I joined the Pact Ballet, which is the Performing Art Council of Transvaal. It
Yes.
was the other name. Now the company does not exist, and I started my professional career there. Then we returned back to Europe, and I started dancing in Europe in different places, but for very short contract. And
Yeah.
but my dream was not the one to become, a first dancer. My
Yeah.
dream always Yuri Grigorovich,
Yes.
to become a good ballet teacher. Of course,
Yes.
from thinking that to apply and to realize this dream, the line is very, very harsh and very difficult, as you may know. And
Yes, it is.
because there are a lot of obstacles, either as a dancer, either as a teacher, and also
It is very complicated.
very
Yes.
complicated. And now that you are the director of a ballet school, I think that you understand what I say. And so then we moved to Morocco, with my family, with my parents. And that was the time that I said, okay, I'm going to start teaching. But I said to my parents, okay, if you go to Morocco, I will go I applied to go to the Royal Academy of Dancing and get a diploma for teacher, to become a teacher, ballet teacher. And my mother, she said,
Yeah.
you cannot travel to United Kingdom alone. You will follow us in Morocco. And I said, yes, no. So we had a little bit of fight in the family.
Yes.
my parents won the party, and I had to follow them. So I started my career creating my own syllabus and passing on all what I received as a teaching from my teachers. I had very good teachers,
Yeah.
students.
Yes.
So, I discovered by applying my own syllabus, putting a little bit of the Russian, a little bit of the English, a little bit of the
Yeah.
African, all putting together. You know, it's like in the kitchen when you try to make a soup,
Yeah. Yeah.
make everything look one. And the students I had in Morocco, they were very talented.
Yes.
They, after 2, 3 years, they reached a very good level.
Those
Uh,
level.
yes, and I was very pleased about that. And I was working with my mother because we were two. She was directing the
Yeah.
school, and I was
Teaching.
yes. And I also made my own choreographies, and we worked there for 7 years. Then my father, when there was the Iraqi war in 1992, then the situation in Morocco was a little bit gloomy, a little bit difficult for foreigners.
Yes.
But it is a very safe country. It's a beautiful country, Morocco, and has a lot of talent. But
Yes.
unfortunately, my father, as a French diplomat, he was a little bit scared because he said, okay,
Yes.
we go to Italy again or to France
Yeah.
or whatever, and then we see if we can return back to Morocco. But at the moment, it's a little bit dangerous. And this is what we did. We went to Rome, the place where I am now, and now I'm here from working from 25 years. But
Yes.
I must admit that beside teaching ballet, classical ballet,
Yes.
beside teaching postural gym that I kept doing for all my life, I do also choreographies. But I have been working also in another field, which works more in the administration. And it's 23 years now that I'm working in the computer field.
Oh.
So that is also very helpful for the ballet
Yeah.
teacher because
Yeah.
I'm mixing many things about ballet with the computer.
Yes. Yes. The music and the
Yes.
everything can be done. Yeah.
And also, as a teacher, you must know how to work on the computer because
Yes.
if you one day I must teach or I must I don't know become a director of a ballet school,
Yeah.
must know how many students I have. Everything when I was
Everything is on computer. Yeah.
yes
It's very
before
easy to maintain, and even sometimes it's easy to see and compare the postures of a person, with the pictures of old pictures and new pictures. It's
yes
very good to see the color combinations, and even if you
yes
can create garments and see the
exactly.
scenario, and it's very necessary. So yes, we're
Especially for
doing.
the notation and for each student, because each student must have his own file and must
Yeah.
have his own profile and
Yes.
report of their teachers. So everything
Yes.
must be registered on the computer.
On the computer.
Then finally, when you make an examination, you have the full
Yeah.
profile of each,
Of the student.
and
Each student.
uh, this is really important as
And
a,
it's very important to document everything what we are doing today, because maybe tomorrow it becomes in history.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so it's really important to document every move, every moment that can be captured is
Yeah. And
positive.
also there is another important thing is that I discovered in teaching that um, the relationship that there is between the teacher and the student, because each student has his own or her own character and is
Yes.
developing the character as is developing the technique
The
and the
technique.
body, because
Yes.
he is going or she is going to become an adult. So
Yes.
the character, the mind, for instance, there are some students who are shy. There are some students who don't open themselves and they talk. There are some students who talk too much.
Yeah. There's
And
some students who are rude, who don't understand. And there's
yes,
some students who can do better, but they don't let themselves push their own boundaries.
or
So it's
sometimes
like
they
having a bunch of mixed flowers, a bouquet
yeah,
of mixed flowers.
exactly. So when you correct, you do a class, a ballet class, you must know the character of each one.
Yes.
And you know how to talk to each one. Because, for instance, if I talk to you, I correct you, I
Yeah.
cannot apply the same way to
Same for the
talk
others.
to another person
Yes. I
because
agree.
each one has a different sensibility in the soul.
Yeah.
So, and this is very good in the teaching field because also the teacher must be very comprehensive, you know,
Yes.
and sometimes also the teacher is a human being, you
Yeah,
know.
might be. It happens with teachers also. Even they need a, they have their moods and they have their day offs. Yes.
Yes, there are days in which, for instance, you go to give class and you have a headache, you don't feel well because you have been eating something and your stomach is not good,
Not good.
and but you are a human being. So, but you are as a teacher, you have no excuse. You have to give the class. But a
Yes.
student can say, "I'm not feeling well. I'm not doing the class today." But a teacher, no, he must be there.
There. Yes. Because others are waiting.
Yes. So my mother used to tell me, and I think I already said that in another interview. She said to me, Jean-Pierre, remember, if one day you become a teacher and you give a class to 20 ballet students,
Yes.
you only have two eyes to correct,
Two eyes.
two eyes to correct the 20 students.
20.
But remember how you talk, how you behave, how you correct, because you have 40 eyes who will look
Watch you.
and judge you.
Beautiful way she explained you. I think your
Yes.
mom is a role model, and I think every parent should be like your mother. So then we can have, good youth and good
And
ballet team
yes,
next
and this is what
generation.
my mother used to tell me, and she was right. She was absolutely right. And of
Yes.
course, then when we arrived in Rome, suddenly my mother got ill, and then she passed away. And then
Oh, I'm
also
sorry.
my father, he got a cancer, and I had to take care about him for nearly 10 years. And unfortunately, with my
Mm.
father, it was very hard because with my parents, I had to stop teaching, I had to stop dance. So I was completely cut out from the world of dance because I couldn't, I didn't have the courage to say to
Had
my
to,
parents, I put you in a hospital, in a clinic, and I just go to dance or I just go to teach.
no, it's not possible.
It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not human. You have to have a little bit of humanity, a little bit of heart. So
Yeah.
I said I had to make a choice, either continue to dance or take care about my parents. So I said I will take care about my parents, and then when I will be
Yeah.
alone, I will battle again to approach
Start.
the world of dance again. And this is what I'm trying to do now. And I must
Yeah.
tell you also that with the interviews that I made with different artists,
Ballet artist.
yes, I'm learning a lot.
It's a very good initiative by you, sir. I've just been seeing few interviews,
Yeah,
learning, knowing them, knowing their journey, and it's very interesting because it leaves a very kind of good memories that we listen from you people, and then we take it in. It is something that we know you. Being
yeah,
here also, we know what's happening in the world and
exactly.
how people have developed and evolved. It's
Yes,
a very good learning, actually.
yes.
Yes.
I think also ballet, the aim, the goal of Ballet International, which is only a group on Facebook, is not the
Yeah.
office or the,
Yeah, I know, I understand.
yes. The aim is first to make a platform which people find joy of the pure art of ballet, the traditional art of ballet,
Of ballet.
the clean part of ballet.
Yeah.
And also is to motivate the audience because the audience need also to be taught
Yes.
about art, how
Yeah.
to behave in an opera house, how
Yeah.
to behave in a theater, how to
Yes. It's
behave
very important.
performances, because
Yes.
not many people know how to behave. They think that a ballet school gala at the end of the year becomes a supermarket where people can go
Yes.
in and out. They
Yeah.
applaud. No, you must respect the performer, even if it's
Yeah.
a child or the professional.
Yeah. Professional. Actually, that's very true. That is what I respect the ballet most because it is very a disciplined art form. And that discipline, what students will show, the discipline the teachers will show, the same discipline is expected by the teachers and parents and
Yes,
other people who are coming and visiting. So,
yes,
yes, we also try to do the same thing. And to be very frank, India has always been a country of discipline and, it has always been a courtesy full country. So yes, this is a plus point of Indian people that we have courtesies and we can present it in the way which is required.
exactly.
Yes, they are not beautiful opera houses like you have in Italy or Paris or Rome or London, but still we can create. We can have a little modern version of it, and slowly, slowly we are moving ahead to have auditoriums and all. Also,
Yes,
there are stages. You don't have those ballet paintings and ballet statues or carving on the walls, but yes, definitely, slowly, slowly, the audience is also building up in India to see ballet artists from outside and international.
yes.
So
Well,
it was,
I think that for India in particular, first, the only as me as a outsider that I'm not in India, so
yeah,
very difficult to give an opinion. But I think that first, the, for instance, the Ministry of Culture could help.
yeah.
Uh,
Yes, we are taking help of that.
yes, it could
We are
help
taking help of that,
to build
and
up and to
they
bring.
are making schemes to promote culture and art in India.
Yes,
Even I've talked about ballet. So, yes, we are working on it very strongly,
yes,
and we'll be having a very strong foundation and base for ballet, particularly, and other English dance forms also.
yes. So because ballet, I mean, people look ballet as in some countries. No, I'm not referring to India. In some countries, as a hobby. You know, ballet is only for well-off people. No, but I think that ballet must be given also to people who cannot afford.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think Kamal Singh and Gotia both have proved
yes.
for India.
Yes, so when I was in Morocco, we had, yes, 150 students, but not
Yeah.
all of them were well off. So we gave the possibility also to the people who couldn't afford to give,
Yeah.
or with to diminish the price, or no paying at all. And but that was very, selected people.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
one who has the art in them, they have to give, yeah, we follow a procedure. The people who can't afford, but they have the art in them, with
exactly.
the seal of a teacher, with the consent of the teacher, with the
Yes,
consent of few judging panel, and then the director as me, and a few trust people, then we give the scholarship to the student who want to do ballet.
exactly.
Then
Exactly.
we give them the complete,
Sometimes
yeah,
you find more talent in people who
in the
who are poor than
can't afford more. Yeah,
can afford more
yeah,
and have more talent in the poor category.
yeah,
And this is what I'm looking
yeah.
for. And I'm
Yes.
battling in this way. Of course, you
Even we are doing the same thing.
yes,
We are having people who are keen to do ballet. So I select my students. I take the complete lot, but automatically we see the students who are doing seriously. We put them in one batch. The students who are just doing in hack of doing something and their parents want them to do, or they're just doing it for a certificate. We keep them in a
yes,
separate batch.
yes,
So the syllabus for both the batches are also different. The one who want to do, we are doing for them more and more. The people who are doing it and they just want to do it, so and they can't push their limits, so we keep them in a separate
yes,
class. Then people who are showing their interest and moving better from the second lot, they move to the first lot. That is
yes,
how we are doing it.
yes. And if I may ask a question, when you do a performance, when you prepare a performance, uh,
Yeah.
do the students have to pay for the costumes?
Yeah, right now what we are doing is if we are just sourcing the costumes, so they pay for the costumes because that's reasonable. But sometimes for special plays what are very important, we are creating the costumes also,
Oh,
so then students don't have to pay. But we've kept an entry charges for the parents, because it's in India, they have huge families. So
yes,
if one student might get 10, 15 people, then we will be having a sitting problem or maybe
yes,
noise problem, and then other problems one will be not able to get, and it's like a lot of confusion.
yes,
Fish market. So we've kept a ticket system, so that how many ever tickets you want, you can just take them and enter the
yes,
hall, and we can raise fundraisers and charities from that money. We can actually get shoes, or we can get something for the teachers or the students what they need.
yes,
I'm there to support it completely,
yes,
and I've been doing it. But I want to even involve parents, that they should know that it is not something that you just come, sit and go. It is something that is important, and how to see it, how to
yes,
respect the artist.
yes. I think we are having some problem with internet, but um, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
So that is how we've been, yeah, reconnect.
Yes, no, because I think there is some lack in internet. Our internet connection is going up
Yeah.
and down.
Now it's okay. Now it's proper.
Yes, no, no, it's okay, it's okay. So we
Yeah.
continue because and so how you have as a director, how many hours do you work per day?
So it's like we are working approx 10 hours to 12 hours some days. Some days it's just 2, 3 hours maybe, because we have less of strength right now. We don't have big strength and a constant strength graph. But yes, we are working towards it. And now the season will start. So I'm expecting 100% attendance and 100% involvement of teachers and students both ways.
Mm.
So yes, I'm taking a May to set up all good teachers I want to add on my panel,
Yes,
because we have Indian teachers who have learned from there and come here, and I know Mr. Dua also. He's from Washington Ballet, and been in touch with him and many other teachers, with on Mosio from Russian Vaganova Academy and other places also. So I have good ballet friends and teachers who've been I'm knowing since a long time. And actually, I'm waiting for gates to open, boundaries to open completely nicely, so
yes,
that I can invite people. And I really want we can have an Indian tour, and we can have a lot of concerts. I want to promote ballet. It's not only necessary that only for students, but even for an awareness of public. We can have tours for, like, right now when I was in Paris during uh, this convention, so we assembly during the assembly, I'd seen Giselle from the Ukrainian ballet.
yes,
That was amazing.
yes,
So I had a talk with the director, and she told me that give me your email, I'll surely mail you don't think that I'm not going to call you back. But she didn't call me back, and I still hope that one day she'll call me. She said that India cannot have the tour of, it's very expensive. I
Mm.
said there are people who can host, but it's her, she has to believe. So I think like Giselle, we can host other ballet shows also, because there are people who can afford and who would love to host such shows for Indians. And there is a good, there's good audience in India. There's a very good audience in India. It
Mm.
is not that they are not. And I will, you will be surprised to, I was like really happy because amongst that full hall of so many people, we
Yes,
were the only three Indians, me and my kids, to see that Giselle. So yes, but people have lot of myth. But when we can go there and see Giselle, so obviously we can host Giselle here also.
good.
So it's we would like to host a lot of other programs.
Giselle is one of the pure classical ballet of repertoire, and
Yeah.
um, it's really one of the base.
Yes.
Also, you have the Sleeping Beauty, Swan Lake.
Yeah, Swan Lake, Black Swan, Sleeping Beauty, and then we have this others also. They're very nice, Nutcracker and all, and it's very fascinating. We've been practicing
Yes,
small notes because of with the strength of the students. We are performing it, but yes, we would like to have a teacher, choreographer, as an artistic director to our company. I would surely like to add
yes,
someone with the panel,
yes,
and it's upon the person. It's not like contract.
yes,
It's the way you can give, how much you can give
yes,
to the student.
yes,
So it's his or her wish personally.
yes,
But I'm sure that when they'll come here, they'll surely like and they'll be in touch for us with,
yes,
so
yes.
forever. Yeah.
And on my concern, I'm also more pointing on new choreographies,
Yeah.
not modern work, but it's half modern, half
And a half old.
with classic ballet technique. And highlighting also the expression, the corporal expression and the facial expression.
Facial
Oh,
expressions.
yes, which also today in Europe is a little bit starting to miss. Because
Miss.
today you have the contemporary dance, which is beautiful also, and many ballet
Yeah.
companies are working also with contemporary technique.
Yes.
But the expression of the face is more pale, and
Yeah, it's blank actually. So,
yes. And while in the Indian culture, the movies that I have seen from
yes.
India, the
Facial expressions are more important in India.
more important, they are more important.
Dance and dramas, more important.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
we are giving it a little mixture of Indian snack, Indian food on
Yeah.
the platter, like.
Yes, and this is what I would like to mix one day. You see, for instance, also Bejar was very inclined of the Indian culture.
Yes.
This is
So
why
if I'm not mistaken, Anna Purova was doing dance when she was performing on the tour. She was so much impressed by the Indian culture, so she imitated our Lord Krishna,
yeah.
and the dance form was mixed and performed that ways. So yes, we are looking forward to do that. So we love to create something and innovate something like that.
Well, who knows? Maybe one day, we'll make a little mm, jump to India and come to visit you, and who knows?
Sure, sure. I'll be happy to invite you. So in fact, I'm inviting you.
Who knows?
Just
Maybe I could work with you, and that would
yes,
be
yes,
lovely.
sure.
That would be lovely.
It'll be my honor to work with you, sir.
There's one little question. You talked before about the CID, no, the International
Yeah.
Council. I know that the CID, when they do their assembly,
Yes.
they also give the opportunity to some ballet academies to perform.
Yes.
why wouldn't you bring some dancers that you select and do something for the CID during
Yeah,
the
we I want to support CID. I really want to promote CID. So
yes,
this was my first meeting, and I attended the first assembly. That was a first exposure for me. So it was not only about dance, and this was my first experience. So now I gathered everything, and
yes,
I know it is much deeper into the subject. And
mm,
now next assembly, whatever I'll do, so we'll surely have like our students performing, dancers performing. We'll be
yes,
having teachers panel to go with us. Right now it was my first experience. I was scared also, and after the COVID, I didn't wanted to take this, like, parents saying, oh, this thing happened or that thing happened.
yes,
When now I have come and I know now how things are, how smooth it is, and how easy approachable people are. I
yes.
was really thrilled. I'll share the pictures of Mr. Rafiki and me, Miss Lamberghini and me. It was lovely meeting those people, and that's why I messaged you also, because I came to know that you are also a CID member. It was very easy for me to approach you, not knowing you, but it was for me, because we are from the same family. So
Yes.
I could just put a message to you, and I could just ask you that I am not able to see you. Are you here? That is why I messaged you from there, and I send you those pictures also.
Well,
I
now,
remember.
now, now we that we know a little bit more each other,
Yeah.
we have both of us a better picture of who we have been talking to. Because when we meet someone at the CID assembly, you say,
Yes.
"Hello, how are you?" Okay, we exchange the
Yeah.
visit card, but we
Yeah, but
cannot
slowly,
talk.
slowly you develop connections, and then you
Yeah,
start making them friends. And
yes,
and
yes,
actually ballet artists are very good from heart. Any dancer, any for me, I'm a fashion designer. I'm a mother. I am an artistic director, sorry, director to the company for ballet. So I've been seeing other craft and art items also. I've been doing
yes,
paintings and
yes.
all, so I know how an artist is. So for me, I will always would love to be around artists. That is why I chose this field, and it was lovely meeting you. Knowing you as a person, seems like you will be strict, but you're very interesting in talking. You're very knowledgeable, and I'm really flattered the way you just. I was very nervous before the interview, and you just made it very smooth for me also.
I was I am very pleased to meet you today, and in this meeting we had this interview because from India I know very little. I know, yes, I had a little idea of, thanks to Maestro Fernando Aguilera of the Imperial
Yeah.
Ballet. I have seen also two other dancers who went to United States
Yeah.
that had another teacher. I don't remember his name. Um, and I have seen so many movies
Yes.
in which I see dancers.
Yes.
Uh, and but when you live far away, we talk about India. I mean, for us that we are in Europe, it miles away. So
Yeah.
when we talk about India, it's a little bit frightening, because we don't know what is happening on the other side of the planet.
It's a very beautiful country. So you have all sorts of experience. It's not that every time you have something good.
Yes,
Any place you go, you have both the ways, good and bad. But
yes,
trust me, India is a very good country to stay wise, even with wealth and with financial
yes,
circumstances. It's a very good place. It has a lot of religion and culture, so it's a cosmopolitan place,
yes,
and things are very easy. They are not that
yes,
difficult, and it's a very the people here are multitasking. That's the best
yes,
part.
yes,
If you see all the big companies, and you talk about today president of London,
yes,
he's Indian. If you talk about the Google main CEO, he is an Indian.
yes, yes,
Indian people have an habit of multitasking. They can do
mm,
three things at a time, so
yes,
multiple things at a time. So that is a good quality of an Indian brain.
yes,
And if we mold it with ballet, and we calculate the things with ballet, actually it will be very nice. If we see in past, there were many ballet strong artists who've come down to India, because there were Indian dance forms also equally good.
Yes,
and there's a big history, and we even host a lot of books here in India, which
yes,
says the relation of ballet and India has not been today's. It's
yes,
been from a very long ages, from very ancient times. But
yes,
now it's the time to bond it very nicely and bring ballet to India. Now it's the perfect time.
yes. It's a quite a difficult thing that you are planning to do, but it's you are going to succeed. I'm sure that you will succeed. And
Yes,
the
thank you.
one,
With your help, surely I'm going to succeed.
well, you can count on me whenever you need.
Yes.
I'm willing to travel and
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. So I'll just
I don't mind.
yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
So we'll talk and plan it out. I'll just call you or text you, and on the mails we'll finalize the
Well,
things.
you are always welcome to contact me
Yes.
whenever you wish to create something. You just contact me.
Yes, sir.
I'm open. I'm open to all projects. I'm open, especially to give all myself to the young people
Yes.
because
Sure, sir.
I'm not very young now. I'm 64 and
Oh, you don't look like 64, sir.
I'm 64. I'm still doing my training, the gym, and some bar work. And but I have plenty of enthusiasm and plenty of love to pass on to the young generation because I know
So
that I
sure.
have a limited time. So this limited time, I have to fulfill my task and to
Yes.
give everything I know in ballet. I don't
Yes.
pretend to be one of the best teachers because I'm not.
No.
I'm
So teacher is a
a old
teacher. You
uh,
can't compare teacher.
I am the
Teacher is a
old
teacher.
fashioned way, you know, it's not with choreographic designs and no. The bar is the bar, it's heavy, it's quite tough,
Yeah.
and the center is the center, and it's quite tough.
Center.
Yes, and
Yes.
but it's the old type of classes. But
Yes.
however, the results sometimes could be surprising and could be good.
Yeah.
So, uh, Mrs. Pratyusha,
Yeah.
um, we are nearly approaching to the end of our interview.
Interview.
Unfortunately, I wish we could talk for hours and hours. Uh, what is the hope that you give first to India talent,
Yeah.
young talent, and
Yeah.
the hope that you give in general to dancers and to ballet of tomorrow?
So the hope I want to give them, or the dream I want to plant in them to come true one day, is that you can learn ballet. Ballet is a very good dance form which gives you a very balanced lifestyle, and then you can earn from your own passion. You don't. Every animal is different, same as humans. You can't put the fish on a tree and you can't put the bird in the water. So every child is different. It's not necessary that every child will be a like they can study and they can become engineer, or they can do MBA, or they can become doctors. So for me, if the people who want to do art and do something in this field, so they have future in this field. Supposingly today, if I call for a teacher from abroad or international, that teacher who's spent the life and learned the form like you have done and or you have done, now you can actually teach ballet. So it is, you are also having your earnings and you are also learning how to take out your earnings and how to give justice to your learnings.
Yes,
So that is a very balancing equation what you need. Like you cannot be a artist performing on the stage for for a long time in ballet.
yes,
After a time when you have little age, then you have to step down from a stage. But then it's your decision to stop doing ballet, or you can still earn from ballet by teaching students.
yes,
Because a ballerina or a ballerino performing on the stage looks good, but what is the main person, who's the main person, who's the main strength who makes them do this, is the ballet teacher, is the artistic director, is the teacher, is the principal teacher. So for me it's very important to tell people that it's not just a small career span that you're having in ballet. It's a big career,
yes,
and it's a healthy career. You see any ballet teacher, they don't look to the age what they are. They
yes,
always look younger, they are always healthier. Even nowadays, it's not necessary that you have to be, your parents have to be a dancer, or you have to be slim. Fat people can also dance. They
yes,
have life, they have feelings.
yes.
So that is what major important thing for me is right now. So I am putting hope that dance, it's just dance. If you can do it with your heart, feet, and hands and body, you will reach to a goal. You will
Yes,
feel good.
I
And it's
agree.
about living a life.
Yes. So now that you are director of this great academy in India, in Ahmedabad, do you think one day, if you may have the chance to become artistic director or director
Yeah,
of a ballet company
yeah,
that you would create yourself?
yeah,
Having a ballet company, a national ballet company, a Indian national ballet company.
yeah,
That would be a wonderful task and dream that you may reach, you know,
yeah.
because I think in India also they need to have their own ballet company, even if it's a private one, maybe not dealing with the government directly, but that would be also a good opportunity
Support of
for,
government.
for the performing art in India and to make
Yeah,
India be known abroad for the capacities, for the talent, and to show that India also have their own ballet company.
yeah.
Think about that.
No, we are thinking in that and we are moving in that direction only. So we've been in touch with Artistic and Cultural Academy, this zone of government with
Yes.
them, and surely we are working with them.
Good. That is nice.
Yeah,
And in case there would be some people now, you know that your interview is going to be broadcasted on YouTube and on
yeah,
Facebook. And in case some people would like to get in touch with, to get in contact with you, how
yeah.
can they do that? Do you have
So I have
a
my contact number.
website?
Actually, my website has some technical error, so
Yes,
I have just have to redo the thing. Till then, they have my contact number and email, so
yes,
they can be in touch with me. My number is 98796 05580 with a prefix of +91,
yes.
and my email address is anapraty@gmail.com. So
Oh,
these are the two modes of communication with me.
oh.
And yes, I'll surely you are there, so you can help me if anything is there. And surely I'm looking forward to talk to you, especially also for coming to India and have a look at
Why
things
not?
and then
Why
decide
not?
that if you can be a
You
join
know,
us.
life is made of surprises. You know,
Yeah,
many people work on pre-established projects, but sometimes
yeah,
they have a project that comes uh, pop out, boom, like that, and
yeah.
you never thought about it, and you say, but be a good idea. Why
But
not?
that turns out to be the success story one day.
Yes.
And I would just like to, say one thing from my own side, that it's very easy to understand my motto and my mission. I am a true lover of ballet, and I really, really want to, promote ballet to India without any politics, without any diplomacy in that. I really want students to learn art because it's a little reasonable country. So people near India can travel to India also to learn this art form.
Yes.
And I want to preserve it because, when you pass, like, usually the house jewelry or the house thing is passed to the kids for the next generation.
Yes.
Few recipes are passed to the generation, stories are passed to few next generation,
Yes.
some family secrets are passed to next generation.
Yes.
Same as ballet, art, and culture is the thing that should be passed to the next generation in a right way, right time, in the right hands. So
Yes.
yes, I really want to work for this project, and I will give my 100% to this project. And people who will join me, I'll be more than glad to have them on board.
And what you have said, in everything you have said, but especially now, we are on the same line of ideas, because I totally
Yes,
agree, not 100%, but 1,000%, because your words are like gold.
yeah. Thank you. So that's what I want, that it should be like this only. When I get it to India, and people can learn and they can just say with smile or thank you, that is good enough for me.
But you see, the thing that I like is that now you have given to me a little flash in my mind that
Yeah.
I want to discover, and I'm very curious. I want to discover a little bit more about India,
Yes.
how people live, how is the culture. The only thing that I know is that many people in India have a great heart, a great hospitality, and they
Yeah.
are very human. They consider
Yeah.
the respect of other human beings.
Yes.
This is a good point for India.
Yes. Surely,
So,
sir, you can plan to visit.
Mrs. Pratyusha, what is
Yeah.
the last message that you would like to give to the audience of Ballet International, of the Ballet International community?
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here on this platform today, and it's a great platform to communicate, to bond. And trust me, wars are very easy, but what is much easier is to be in friendship and to have this such platforms, lovely platforms, where we can see each other, where we can talk each other, and there are no boundaries. And I'm really happy to meet sir today, to have a conversation with him face to face. And he's doing a great job, and this is not something that it's very superficial. It is a very genuine platform, and I really I'm glad and grateful to you, sir, for this.
And I do hope that one day we shall meet with the great family of the International Dance Council with Professor Alkis Raftis, Mrs. Adam
Yes,
Pia, and
we
um,
can have, sir, I would give you a suggestion. You can have one day a Zoom meeting of all, few people, and we can have nice Zoom meeting
that would be
with
wonderful.
a
Yes,
group Zoom meeting.
yes, with all the International Dance Council members. That would be lovely.
Yes,
Just to exchange ideas, that would be
yes, just to exchange
wonderful.
ideas.
Yes,
And maybe if we can promote, there are many, I know, maybe because it's your platform where we need teacher, and maybe a teacher needs a job,
yes.
and maybe a teacher needs students. So that's a very good platform where these things can be exchanged, and I think it should be fair enough for everybody to have
Yes,
talk their feelings about ballet.
yes. That is a good topic also that you have exposed today, because people must get more familiar, and they must open their heart a little bit more. You know, with
Yes,
all our
yes,
modern world, we become a little bit selfish with all the technology, and we only think about ourselves, but we don't point our eyes
about,
to other people. And this is what we have to learn also, because those are the
yeah,
important things. So, Mrs.
yes.
Pratyusha,
So we can say, like, yeah. So we can
uh,
just say, let's just fade the boundaries.
yes, exactly.
Let the boundaries fade away. Yeah,
So I wish to thank you very much for participating
yeah.
to this brilliant interview that we started. You started at 10 o'clock in the morning, and while in
Yeah.
Rome, it was 5:30 in the morning. And
Oh, yes, sir.
but when I heard about Mrs. Pratyusha, I said I must absolutely give a priority to India, and this is why I decided to do the interview at 5:30 in the morning. without any
Oh,
hesitation.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So you stay online for a minute. Let me conclude the interview. Ladies and gentlemen of Ballet International, and to the audience who will watch this interview today, I wish to thank you all for watching this interview. And I wish to thank Mrs. Pratyusha from India, from Ahmedabad. And there will be many other interviews who will follow with other important people, in order that everyone knows everyone and everybody gets involved in the beauty of the performing art. So thank you for watching this interview to everyone. Bye-bye.